Welcome to the Gonti Black Friday sale. I hope you are excited. As far as opening hand goes, yes, we're going to keep on this one. Look at that. We got a tutor. We've got Urborg and Coffers. We've got the mana combo right in our opening hand. And then we have somebody who's seen the channel, so that's always fun. So we're playing against Jhoira too, which, yeah, Jhoira. Okay. I always have, I always get really worried that I'm just gonna say her name wrong. But anyway, let's get our turn going, and let's go and get down to Urborg. Let's go and go for Imperial Seal. Let's go ahead and search up. Let's go and grab Phyrexian Arena. I think that'll be pretty good. Or if we want to grab some sort of way to amplify Gonti, that would be really good. Yeah, let's grab Panharmonicon. Yes, hey Panharmonicon, how are you doing? Go on top of our library. Be able to get down coffers, we'll be able to get that down and get some really nice triggers going. But yes, welcome to Gonti Black Friday sale. We're going to go over to Jhoira's artifact shop and go up to the front desk, and when they're getting ready to check us out, be like, do you have any coupons? And we're like, yes, we have the Gonti 5-finger discount. And the clerk will say, yes. Well, it is free. Go for it. We're playing Gonti Black Friday, Death Touch. Whenever Gonti enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of target opponent's library. You get to exile one of those cards face down. Then we may spend our mana as over any color to cast that spell. Let's go ahead and get down to coffers. Let's go for Bloodfast. Tap down for 1 black mana, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. Playing against Jhoira. Whenever you cast a historic spell, draw a card. It is not Jhoira. I still get comments randomly on it's Jhoira. I'm like, yes, thank you. I saw the other ones. But yeah, as far as Gonti Black Friday goes, we've got some good stuff going right now. We've got Panharmonicon, we've got Coffers, which is just absolutely wonderful. This is pretty much exactly what you want in an opening hand with Gonti. You get down Panharmonicon, that's going to be double the triggers as far as getting those into the battlefield triggers, and just makes for a really good time. It's going to get down Swamp, so we can go for 3. Yeah, this is basically just going to give us 3 mana, which is not going to do much, but we can get some card draw going. We'll wait until we get, actually, let's see what we draw into. Let's do that. Let's go for 1, 2, 3. It's going to be 3 mana, and we could have just tapped down the other way, but it's a little bit more festive this way. So we'll go for the Bloodfast activation, draw to Black Sun Zenith. Okay, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. As far as what we're doing with Gonti, getting the Black Friday going, he scours the internet and the multiverse for some of the best coupons out there. And so what we're going to do is we're going to get on Gonti with Panharmonicon and get double the coupons going for her artifact shop, and then we'll see what we can get going. Now, the only downside is that with Jhoira's artifact shop, there's a lot of just junk in there sometimes. Typically, if you're playing Jhoira, you wouldn't be able to cast a lot of artifacts, get a lot of card draw going, so there may not be a lot of, well, there's a Sword of War and Peace, so this shop might be pretty good after all, excuse me. I kind of like that. They will be able to go for the Sword of War and Peace. That's going to allow them to, let's see, what does that do? Deals combat damage, deals damage equal to the number of cards in their hand. You gain 1 life for each card in your hand. Oh, that's going to be pretty brutal. We need to deal with that Sword of War and Peace. That's going to get us. We can't be super taxing with our life total. Let's go and get down Swamp. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Black Sun Zenith for 5, but that's still not going to stop that from coming down. Yeah, we need to get rid of stuff out of our hand. Okay, let's go ahead. Do we want to go for Gonti? I don't think that's what we need to do. We need to get on Cryptghast, and we can go for Exsanguinate. Yeah, that's what we need to do. Okay, so let's go for Exsanguinate. Let's, well, not right now, but let's go ahead and get down Cryptghast. That's going to be 4. We get down Cryptghast. Basically, that's going to allow us to go for an extra extort on some of our spells to gain a little bit of extra life and kind of stop this Sword of War and Peace. And then once we get rid of these cards out of our hand, hopefully that will allow us to stabilize at this point right now. But yeah, when you've got you got Bloodfast activations going, you get that Sword of War and Peace. Yeah, you can see how, you typically never see Sword of War and Peace, but very early game, if you can swing across with a 5/5, it's you can get the job done sometimes, because they're going to be swinging in for 5. That's going to be 5 damage to us. It's going to put us all the way down to 5. And so I think on this one, we'll probably do is we'll have to let it come across. So with Cryptghast, whenever you tap a swamp for mana, add an additional extra swamp. So we tap down Coffers, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. If we hit the land drop, that'll be 5. That'll allow us to gain a little bit of life, but is that really just us kind of treading water once we go for that? Well, either way, we need to get some sort of life gain going, and we can't survive another swing. Let's say we tap out for Panharmonicon. We can get, what we can do is we can go for Black Sun Zenith. That's going to buy us a little bit of time. But with our opponent going for Landscape and them getting down Temple of the False God, we're back in the same boat with them getting a ton of mana. So Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll try to do something with Sangha. We can go for Massacre Worm. That's going to be -2, but that's not exactly what we want. And then even with Black Sun Zenith, we need to get to the magic number of 6 -1 counters, which is going to be pretty hard to get going. Jhoira, she found us breaking into her shop, and she's mad. She is really mad. She does not want Gonti stealing stuff from her. She heard the ruckus of us falling through the roof or trying to do Mission Impossible, and she heard us coming from a mile away. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so we're down to 4, so we need to do something. Let's see what we draw into. Hopefully we hit a land, that way we can really increase the, yeah, we're going to flip Argle's Blood fast. I think so. Yeah, let's go and do that. She's not going to have trample. We can always sacrifice Crypt Gas, too. We draw into Soul Ring. Okay. Yeah, let's get down Soul Ring. That's going to allow us to get ahead on mana. That's going to be the Extort. And I think either way, if you pay for the Extort or if you go for Exsanguinate, it's the same thing, so. Yeah, let's not pay for that Extort. So we get down Soul Ring. Let's go and go for Exsanguinate. Okay, that will be 11. That's going to give us a little bit of extra something to work with. And that's going to be, let's see, X is going to be all the way to 9. So that's going to allow us to at least kind of bounce back from last turn. We're not going to be able to pay for that Extort because what we want to do is we want to declare Crypt Gas a blocker on Jhoira, and then we'll sacrifice her. Not going to pay for that ability. That's going to be 9. That's going to put them down to 31. That's going to put us back up to 13. And then once we do sacrifice Temple, that'll allow us to kind of fog out that combat step, and they won't be able to get that because they do not have Trample, if I'm correct. Okay, opponent's going to go for Mana Crypt. Sorry, I had a timer set in the kitchen, and I'm actually getting ready for Thanksgiving. Well, not today, but we're having a early Thanksgiving today. And so while I'm recording, so it's kind of one of those, I'm getting ready to go for that here in a little bit. Opponent's going to go for Ghost Quarter on Coffers. That is, yeah, that's fine. That stinks, but that's a perfectly line of play to go for. Yes, we're going to use that ability. We're going to go and grab a Swamp. That severely cuts us off mana, so I am glad that we did find Soul Ring, and we did get Temple to flip. Now with Temple, we can sacrifice a creature. We can basically, as long as we can just keep a creature on the battlefield, we can stop that Sword of a War and Peace from really kind of putting in some work on us. So, especially if they do decide to swing in. The only downside is with Jhoira on the battlefield, they're going to be able to get some really good card advantage by drawing into a lot of stuff. So, we're still going to name Crypt Gas a blocker on this one, and then we'll go for the Temple activation. There we go. Crypt Gas, jump in the way, and let's go and go for the Temple activation, sacrifice a creature. We're going to go and sacrifice Crypt Gas. That'll put us back up to 15 and basically negate that Sword of War and Peace trigger because it does not have Trample. So if you're new to Magic and you're wondering why that interaction works, since we declared Crypt Gas a blocker and she does not have Trample, that's basically going to stop the combat damage from happening. Okay, so let's see what we draw into. We do have Massacre Worm to set up, and we do also have Double Gonti for triggers to set up too. So let's go and get down Swamp. So we're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's not going to be enough for Panharmonicon. We can go for Phyrexian Arena, which I kind of do like that. Let's go for Gonti, because we need to have a creature. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can go for Gonti and Panharmonicon, but that's going to keep us away from... Well, we can still block on... Yeah, we need to be aggressive with this. So let's get down Panharmonicon. I was hoping to leave up a creature to sacrifice, but now that we're at 15, we can still declare Gonti a blocker on Jhoira and still allow us to look at the top part of our library. So if they have some sort of answer for that, they do. So let's go and get down Gonti. This is going to be double the Panharmonicon triggers. It also sets us up really nice for a Massacre Worm, hopefully for next turn. Okay, Elixir of Immortality. That's going to allow us to gain 5 life. That might actually make a difference. Mirror Retriever, we have no artifacts. And then Pedium, which... At this point right now, we've got Panharmonicon. That's going to give us some pretty good card draw. But I think Elixir of Immortality is going to be our better bet because that's going to allow us to gain some life, and we can shuffle coffers back into our graveyard, which is pretty much what we want to get going. So, and plus, it's really cheap activation. And let's see what the second trigger is. Heart, Paradox Engine, Ichor Wellspring. That's going to allow us to untap all non-land permanents you control, which we're not really going to be able to take advantage of. Wellspring enters the battlefield, draw a card. I guess we go for Heart. Yeah, that's not the best thing to go for, but if we're staring down a Paradox Engine, we're just basically looking at something that's not we just don't have the support for a Paradox Engine at this point right now. So let's go and go for Heart of Kirim. And then anything else, we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we can still block with Gonti on Jhoira. So if that does happen, that will take care of Jhoira and get rid of that Sword of War and Peace. And we don't have to worry about them attacking our life total anymore. And now that we've kind of gotten our cards down to about 3 cards in the hand, that Sword of War and Peace is not that taxing on us. So hopefully we can kind of stabilize at this point. Now we probably do want to get down Phyrexian Arena at some point. If we can go for Massacre Worm, get the double Panharmonicon triggers with Massacre Worm, that's at least going to take care of Iron Mirror and Chief Engineer. And what we can do with that is, you know, even though we're going for Black Sun Zenith, we might get a -1 counter on Gonti or a couple of them. We can use the double Massacre Worm triggers to take care of their creatures and use the Black Sun Zenith to take care of that. But unfortunately, we just get hit by Force. So it's going to take care of Panharmonicon and Soul Ring. So that was pretty brutal. Yeah, I always enjoy when I'm talking about a particular line of play and then it goes away before I even have a chance to finish my statement. But I'm just going to get down Psychosis Crawler. I will say this, though. This is an awesome build of Jhoira. This is just basically a straight-up blue-red good stuff deck, and this is really cool to see. You know, getting some extra damage off of Psychosis Crawler whenever you draw a card, that is really cool. And then using stuff like Sword of War and Peace, Sword of the Animist. I do have Jhoira Eggs, if you're a fan of kind of like a Storm artifact-based deck. But I may have to kind of throw something together like this, because, you know, it's always fun to kind of build some artifact builds. I don't know. Always enjoy playing against Jhoira. And that's the cool thing about Jhoira is she's such the perfect blue-red artifact commander in that she supports so many. She's kind of like the Gitrog monster. You know, there's a lot of certain ways that you can build the Gitrog monster, but since the Gitrog monster is a really good enabler, that's going to allow you to pretty much support whatever sort of game plan you want. And Jhoira definitely does that. You know, she just basically draws you cards. That's the good advantage to her. Okay, so we draw into Homeward Path, and that will be the land drop for the turn. Okay, so let's go and get down Homeward Path. So at this point right now, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 total mana to work with. We do end up going for Massacre Worm. That's not going to be the double triggers that we're looking for. If we go for Black Sun Zenith, that's going to get rid of Gonti and wipe out most of the board except for Jhoira. So I guess at this point right now, we go for Phyrexian Arena because we need to hit that land drop pretty bad. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go for Phyrexian Arena. Let's go and get down Elixir of Immortality. And that way we can still cash in a little bit of extra card draw. And we're looking at a 4/4 Flying and Vigilance. I kind of like leaving up Elixir of Immortality, to be perfectly honest. So that way we can just cash in a card draw. We can shuffle some of that stuff back in. You know, that's all stuff that we definitely don't mind seeing. So let's just go and pass the turn to our opponent. And then hopefully we can kind of survive this one. If something does happen, we still have Homeward Path to gain control of all the creatures that we own. So let's say they do gain control of Gonti. We can still use Homeward Path, or we can simply just use Temple to put it into the graveyard and then go from there. But we'll definitely be going for the Elixir of Mortality to kind of gain a little bit of life total and shuffle it back in. We do not get a card draw, though. Yeah, we don't get a card draw for that, but we'll take that. Definitely take that 5 life, and if we can keep Jhoira at bay with that Sword of War and Peace, I'll definitely take that. Okay, but I'm just going to go for Swiftfoot Boots. Thankfully, with what we've got in the hand, Massacre Worm and Black Sun Zenith, it's not going to care about Hexproof. So it's not like we have some sort of, you know, Doomblade or something like that. All of our spells don't really care about Hexproof, so that's still good to have. And, you know, it's always good to keep Jhoira protected, get those Swiftfoot Boots on there. They do have 4 cards in the hand, so we haven't seen any sort of will effects. If they go for will effects with Psychosis Crawler, that would not be that good. So, definitely need to keep that in mind. So thankfully, if they would have had a wheel effect, they probably would have gone for it. So hopefully we can kind of dodge that bullet for right now. And with us getting Phyrexian Arena, we have to get down Phyrexian Arena because they can draw cards quicker than we can with Jhoira on the battlefield. And even though it's going to be taxing at our life total, and we are sitting at 11 life, we need to get some sort of action moving on our side of the battlefield. So that's kind of the main reason for us for going with Phyrexian Arena, is because we need to draw into something, whether it's hitting the land drop or drawing into a board wipe or something. You know, you as long as you win at 1 life, you still win. So that's the point right now. We're using our life source, our life total as a resource. And our opponent does grab the Immortal Sun, which is, let's get that popped up. Yeah, that's not going to be good for us. Planeswalkers can't be activated. They get to draw an additional card, and then their spells cost 1 less to cast. And it's also a buff, too, for that. So, whoa, look at this. Things are... Jhoira definitely did not like us like digging around in her shop at night. We thought we were going to be sneaky, but she's not a fan of this. Okay, sorry if you heard some noise. My cat was digging at a box I had on the ground. It's like, why are you deciding to dig at a box at this point right now? Let's see if our opponent wants to swing in or not. All right, no swing in from our opponent. Let's go and go for the Elixir of Mortality. That one gain a little bit of life and get some good card draw going. Yeah, it's like I've been recording and all of a sudden she's like, all right, let's make some noise. That'll be fun. All right, so we go to 15, shuffle our library up, see what we hit off of this Phyrexian Arena. Ooh, Panharmonicon. That's exactly what we wanted to see. Ooh, and we draw into coffers? It's like they got shuffled on top of our library. That's nuts. All right, let's go to get down coffers. Let's go and go for coffers for each swamp that we control. Man, what a beautiful draw. That's exactly what we needed. That's going to be 8 total mana. Let's get down How do we know what sequence this? So we go for Black Sun Zenith. That's going to get rid of their entire board. We go for Panharmonicon. That's going to be 4 mana. And that's going to put them down to 4. Yeah, we just need to go for a straight up Black Sun Zenith, actually, on this one. Yeah, that's what we need to do. And then next turn, we're going to go for Massacre Worm. Okay. So we go forward. That's going to be X is going to be 6. I think. Yeah, there's nothing else. There's going to be 4, 2, 5, 3, 6. What a beautiful top deck. Thank you, Phyrexian Arena. Yeah, like we could swing it with Gonti, but we're just going to go and let Gonti go back to the command zone. So we're going to go and pay 6. I guess technically we could have gone for Temple too if we wanted to. All right, we're going to clear the board out. Let's get Gonti pop back up. This can be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go and get down Panharmonicon. That way we're set up perfectly for a really nice Gonti for next turn. All right, there we go. Clean the board out, and then we're going to go to pass the turn to our opponent. So we did get lucky. You can see that Elixir of Mortality. We put coffers on top of our library, and it also put Panharmonicon back on top. So if you're going to run the numbers on that, that was pretty darn lucky. But Gonti, kind of makes for some luck sometimes, so that's definitely going to allow us to hit the reset button. And that's what makes Gonti so much fun is, we've got a very core good deck. We've got Gonti, we've got Coffers, we've got Urborg, we have lots of removal. When you add into the fact that your opponent's deck becomes an extension of your deck, that's what makes Gonti so much fun, is it allows us to get different things like that going. So now they can rebound with pretty much all of these Voltron pieces. So we're looking at Sword of Feast and Famine for 2, Sword of War and Peace for 2, Swiftfoot Boots for 2, Sword for 2. If they actually even wanted to equip Batterskull, they could certainly do that. That would be a big chunk of damage. But thankfully, we only have 1 card in our hand, so we don't have to worry about a ton of damage being dealt to us from Sword of War and Peace. Now, next turn, we're looking at Gonti. This can be double Panharmonicon triggers, so hopefully we can find something nice to kind of, maybe if we hit a Mirror Battlesphere, that would be really nice. Get a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, and I think with them, the way they sequence that, they can still get Swiftfoot Boots. So we're looking at 9 coming across, 10 total mana or 10 total damage once they deal that damage to us. So, but either way, man, that was those are beautiful top decks with the with Coffers and Panharmonicon. That's exactly we're sitting at 20 commander damage. Oh, we're getting close. All right, so let's get the Phyrexian Arena trigger, drawn to Swamp, and drawn to another Swamp. Let's go and get down Swamp. That does help out Coffers. Okay, so we go for Massacre Worm. That's not going to do anything. We can gain some life, though. Let's go and go for Gonti. Let's go and go for Double Black. This could be 9 total mana. Let's go for Gonti. And then maybe we get lucky hitting these double triggers or something like that. And even then, we can still sacrifice Gonti. That's going to put us at recasting again. Thran Dynamo, Steel Hellkite. Okay. Steel Hellkite sounds pretty good in this matchup. Scrap Steel Hellkite because that's going to allow us to start targeting some of our opponents' or artifacts. Let's go for the next Gonti trigger, Blasphemous Act. I think I kind of like Blasphemous Act. That's going to get rid of Jhoira. That does put them in a spot where they can go for it again, so we actually need to leave a creature on the battlefield. Soul Ring, Voltaic Key, untap target artifact. I guess at this point we go for Soul Ring. Blasphemous Act would be nice, but I don't know what Jhoira's Commander's Tax is. And if we don't have a creature, they have that haste option. It's not good for us. So let's go and grab Soul Ring. So let's go and cast Soul Ring. Let's go and go. Do we need to get down Massacre Worm? We can gain some life. Yeah, we need to do that. It's not going to be the best Massacre Worm for us to go for, but we need to get something going. We can basically declare it a blocker and then sacrifice it if we need to. All right, so we're going to get double Massacre Worm triggers. Let's put Jhoira down to a 4/4, or maybe like a 5/5, excuse me. And then we can still go and get down Heart of Kieran. And then next turn we can go for Steel Hellkite. Yeah, that'll be good. Especially if we need to gain some life. We don't really want to sacrifice Steel Hellkite. We are sitting at 3, which is still not something we want to do. So we're just trying to get a little bit of value going as much as possible. Okay, not going to swing it with Gonti, and then we're going to go and pass the turn to our opponent. If they do swing it with Jhoira, we're going to go for the activation off Temple. That's going to allow us to sacrifice a creature and gain some life. And then we can still even then crew up Heart of Kieran if we need to deal some more damage. Now, I will say this, if I've missed a line of play, if I do something that's kind of funny, we're going on about almost hour 3 of recording. So I'm just giving you a heads up. The longer I record, the... I have fun. Commentary kind of starts to flow a little bit better, but at the same time, my brain is just tired. So, okay, so that's going to send everything back to the hand. That's going to get, that is a bummer, man. We sacrifice Massacre Worm. That's going to make this sort of Feast and Famine, sort of War and Peace really good. It crewed up, it goes back to the hand. Yeah, at least this one less creature. Yeah, we'll go and sacrifice Massacre Worm. Oh, but I think our opponent's going to get in on this one. Good game to our opponent. Man, that was good. Yeah, that's going to bounce everything back because it's going to fill our hand back up. That's going to make 4 cards in our hand. They swing in for 9. Yeah, good game. That's it. We tried to grind it out. We got all the way down to 3 at one point, down to 4. The Exsanguinate. We got really lucky with the coffers. So we were living on borrowed time, to be perfectly honest. So good game to our opponent. And we didn't lose to Jhoira, like Artifact Storm or something like that. We lost to a fair and honest Jhoira, a pretty good build. So good game to our opponent. They definitely got it on this one. And this game will definitely be on YouTube because there's a lot of back and forth. But yeah, that's going to be Gonti Black Friday. Unfortunately, we tried to sneak into Jhoira's shop, her artifact shop, but she found us. The alarm went off, and she was not a happy camper. She busted out the Sword of War and Peace from behind the checkout stand and started to chase us around the store, and she got us. So if you enjoyed your time at Black Friday and getting chased out of Jhoira's store, hey, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.